Right now, it is scary out on the road. You're looking live at the scene of another crash on I-75 in Junction, where a car skidded off the service drive. The southbound lanes are now closed.
And that's just one of the many crashes due to icy conditions out there tonight. We have Team 7 coverage. 7 First Alert Chief Meteorologist Dave Rexroth tracking all this wintry weather for us.
Well, we're going to begin with 7 Action News reporter Simon Shayket. He's live in Farmington Hills tonight. And Simon, a 9-car crash out there?
Yeah, Carolyn and Stephen, when we first pulled up to this location, cars were banged up like a bad bumper car scene, and our cameras were rolling as police and EMS were sent here to Halstead, just over 696 in Farmington Hills. Ice on the road in this case led to a 9-car pileup, as you mentioned, that thankfully did not result in any injuries. I can tell you, driving over here from the downtown area, we had to slow down, and we saw numerous other fender benders, as well as Michigan State Police reporting other trouble spots along the roadways. Now, fortunately, salt truck drivers are already out hitting freeways and other roads to keep drivers safe. One driver and his wife we spoke to were just involved in an accident and talked about getting a surprise dose of winter.
Everybody just started sliding here, over there. There were more cars. Some of them managed to leave even though they got banged. It's awful. They said it's about an inch and a half of ice.
Now, a couple of updates for you. I just got off the phone with Michigan State Police, who tell me that the nearby ramp to westbound I-96 from M5 is back open. Also, eastbound I-96 at Kent Lake, that is back open as well after some fender benders. For now, live in Farmington Hills, Simon Shayket, 7 Action News.
All right, Simon, at least a little bit of good news. You be careful out there as well.
Drive carefully. Let's head on over to 7 First Alert Chief Meteorologist Dave Rexroth. And Dave, can we expect some problems like this in the morning commute?
There probably will be a few, not as many as we've had this evening. You heard Simon say they're going to do the best they can overnight. That means they'll be sanding and salting here to try and break down some of that ice. And the nice thing is the moisture is done and gone now. The wind's still up. That's kind of a good thing, bad thing here. Here's a look at the radar now. The widespread snow is left. Back behind us, don't be surprised if there are a couple flurries overnight here, and just that little tiny bit of snow with the colder temperatures can create some problems. You can certainly see the flow coming from the north here, and when it gets attached to portions of Lake Huron, Lake Michigan, this time of year with this kind of cold, we can get some snow flurries overnight. Here's a wider look at what's going on now. The cloud line is still back up here around Flint over toward Lansing. When that goes through and breaks up, the numbers will really drop, and they're cold right now around the region here. Temperatures already in the 20s. These are the current temps. 28 in Lapeer and Port Huron, 27 Pontiac, 29 Detroit. You can see everybody below that freezing mark, and we will stay there, and the wind is blowing. That can create a little glaze on the roads where there's still some moisture. It also will try to dry the roads out overnight here, so it's a little bit of a battle there, but it feels like the teens now. It only gets colder as we go along. So tonight, the snow is done with the exception of a few flurries possible. The wind chills will be in the teens, and that means tomorrow morning it's a real problem with the cold, if nothing else, but it looks like there should be a few slippery spots, especially any elevated surfaces, Carolyn, like the ramps, bridges, and overpasses.